everybody, it's me Stacey here at Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com, and welcome to today's Saturday with Stacey YouTube class number 590, counting down to 600 classes. We're gonna have to do something holy smokes artichokes for 600 classes, right? Absolutely. Now, today I have got too much is what I have. I have too much. I don't know what I was thinking. I was overly ambitious with today's class because I've got Hunkydory, and then I've got more Hunkydory, and then I actually have more Hunkydory for you. Everything from one of their paper pads to one of their kits to their stencils and stamps. And gosh, I think it's gonna be great. I have a feeling that I'm gonna have to do things a little different this week and kind of chunk it up a little bit. Do this, show you the samples. Do that, show you the samples. Do the last thing, show you the samples, because there is just so much. But I love Hunkydory, don't you? I do. And I get to see them soon. Hey, Adam. I am going to be leaving soon, Wednesday, for Germany for the Creative World Show. Hey, everybody, Germany, watch out. The crazy lady from America is coming, and that is what some of them call me when I get there. Oh, there's the crazy lady from America. So I'm excited to get over there. This year I am really focusing on Scrapbooking Made Simple and trying to find new friends to bring to you. I know that there's some fabulous companies over there that I really want to talk to. So I will be on the Sizzix booth for about this much time, and then I'll be looking for new product for you for about that much time each day. So I'm hoping this year I'm able to do a lot more live from Creative World, because I just couldn't do it last year. I was in the Sizzix booth the whole time having the time of my life. But this year we're gonna try and balance it a little bit better. So the show starts on Friday. So I leave Wednesday, I land Thursday night. I don't get there till like 7 o'clock in the evening. And then Friday, the show opens. So stay tuned for all of that. It will be on Facebook, it will be on Instagram, and it will be on YouTube. So don't miss out. It is going to be way too much fun. Now I have winner chicken dinner to talk about from last week. And last week is such a blur. Right now I've got, it was Penny Black. Didn't you all just love Penny Black? It was so pretty. So we have two people who have won $100 to Scrapbooking Made Simple. Wahoo Kachoo. Who doesn't want a $100 gift card in their online account? That's like, some people don't necessarily know that they've won until they go to check out and they see that there's a credit there and they're like, they send us an email. Am I a winner chicken dinner? Yes, you are. So I have two ladies who have won $100, and this was off of YouTube number 589. Again, the Penny Black stamps and dies and the Royal Talens Ecoline markers. And we're actually going to be using the Ecoline markers again today. We're going to be using my inks today. We're going to be using a Jacquard waterproof ink. I've got just a whole lot of everything for you. So our first winner chicken dinner, who may want to pick some of the stuff up today because it's really good, and it's Hunkydory, so you know it's one and done. When it's gone, it's gone. So our first winner is Susan Talcott. Hello, Susan Talcott, congratulations, you're a winner chicken dinner. Did you ever think it would happen? Ever? I'm so excited for you. See that check mark up there? That means that in theory, we've put your money in your online account. Now all you have to do is log into your account to see. You'll see a merchandise credit right there for you. But you're not alone. We always give 2 gift cards away every Saturday with Stacey. And we haven't been able to get past the $100 point, but we're trying. I need to get to 1,250 likes to get to $125. So that's how you win. Let me announce, hold on. Deanna, they're like, well, who's next, Stacey? Stop, wait, go back. Okay, Deanna Red. Hello, Deanna Red, is that you? You also are a winner chicken dinner. Congratulations. Did you ever think you would have your name called? You could have been posting for years, placing a comment down below, and you've just been a trooper. You just keep trying. Maybe you or Susan or both of you have like, I've been posting comments for years now. Well, your time has come, Deanna and Susan. Congratulations. $100 for both of you. Now, how do you win? How do you get the chance to be a winner chicken dinner? Well, first off, it all starts with the likes. You got to like the video. That's the most important thing, because the YouTube gods like likes and they like watch time. So if you ever have nothing better to do, just put on my videos and turn the sound off and let them run, because that's what boosts you up. So if we have likes, then you post a comment below in the comment section, and you can tell me anything. You can say, ooh, you were very chatty today. Yes, it's very late and I've had a lot of coffee to keep me up. You were very chatty today, Stacey. Or, gosh, I loved the products, or I had a boo-hoo day. You know, anything you want to post that's kind, as long as it is something that you feel comfortable saying to somebody face to face. Now, I preface that with, remember, kindness is free. So just post something that can be kind. It can be anything from just, hey, that's fine. So you like the video, you post the comment below, and you go into the chance to be a winner chicken dinner. We have a software that randomly selects 2 people, and you never know when it's going to be your turn, because Susan Talcott is probably pausing her video right now. She's probably grabbing her fur babies, her children, her spouse, whoever's handy, and saying, come see, I won. And Deanna's probably doing the exact same thing, rewinding it, texting her best friend saying, get on YouTube right now, I just won $100. It could be you. What I can promise you is if you never post a comment, you will never win. It's just that simple. So let's sit up and do the winner chicken dinner dance, because that's what we do. For those of you who are watching me for the first time, hey, I'm Stacey and I'm on 4 cups of coffee right now. You're a winner, chicken dinner. You're a winner, chicken dinner. Wahoo, ka-choo, for you. Hey, look at, I did a little intro this time. Scripted, and I just keep going. I like my little intro. Got a little going before I started. Okay, today is a great day. Today we have Hunkydory for you, and I am going to chunk it up. I'm going to start with one product, then we're going to move to another, and we're going to finish with the last. The last product is where the majority of the technique for this class comes in. The first 2 products are just lovely and they're easy, and if you're a new crafter, this is amazing for you, because you are going to be successful from the minute you start. You really are, and you're gonna look like a rock star. So I'm gonna tilt on down. I'm gonna get started. The first item I have for you, which is not in any bundle, it's sold all on its own, is In Full Bloom Floral Delights. In Full Bloom Floral Delights. It is part of our YouTube Yummy sale, and it is at a good price. Hunkydory is lovely, it's beautiful. We can't do big discounts on it because the cost to get it here, but it is a great pad of paper. So I'm going to tilt on down. We're going to get started. I'm Stacey. This is Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com, and welcome to Saturday with Stacey, YouTube class number 590. Down we go. All right, zoom on in, zoom, 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 zoom. Okay, we think we're good there? Can't tell. Okay, I think so. I'm my own camera person, so I just do the best I can. Here we've got In Full Bloom Floral Delights. Now it is 120 pages. 120 pages of beautiful blossoming florals featuring 20 different designs. So that must mean there's 6 of each. It really is lovely. The patterns are stunning. The colors are vibrant. The way to use them is so easy. Gosh, I feel like I'm skipping some, but you've got 6 of every design, 20 different designs, and okay. It is ready for you to start creating with. So pretty. Love those. I love the green. Oh, I love these. See, they're just lovely. And for the price, it is an amazing value. Now, I'm going to do some really quick cards, or so at least I'm going to mat some really quickly. And let's see what we get. I like the pansy. I like them all. So maybe one. I'm going to pull out more than I need, because that's kind of how I roll. I already grabbed a pansy. I won't grab another. But maybe I grab a tulip. Ooh, love those. No, I'm not going to make all these cards, but I don't know what I want to do yet. So if I pull them out, I can then decide what makes my heart happy. Because you see, this is my crafting time too. All right, I'm going to call it done. That is more than enough for me to figure out what it is I want to do. Now, I do have Hunkydory card bases. I've got the tent fold in the A6. I've got tent fold in 5x7, and I have got tent fold in Slimline. So the card bases that we're using today are tent fold. And let's just grab one and see what I want to do. That one's certainly pretty, right? And that one's pretty. They're all beautiful. They really are. They're all just absolutely beautiful. Let's just start. So I'm going to cut this down because I want to make it kind of, this is an A6, which is close to an A2. And I just want to kind of get the width of what I'm going to need. And I'm actually going to take it smaller than I need it to be. But I want to try to get kind of an idea of the width. And I'm just going to trim it down. Now, you absolutely could keep it square. It looks good just like that. And now let's pick out a pretty paper to go behind it. What color do I want? Maybe that deep purple. Ooh. Ooh, I think I like that. And if I do that, and I do that, am I happy with that? Or do I want to take it down further? So all this is cutting and matting. Now you can certainly take it to the next level without any question. A little bit more. I'm looking. I'm close. Let's go ahead and mat this. Now this is a tent fold, so I have to make sure I'm going in the right direction. So I'm just measuring it out because I'm going to freehand it. So if I kind of figure out that this is the spacing I want for my reveal, it'll be actually half that spacing. And I turn it over and I freehand it out. I come pretty close to an accurate mat. And I'm a girl who freehands. See, look at that. Fast and easy matting. Straighten this up because that cut is not straight. And then maybe I mat it with a little bit of white. I think that's good. Let's put it down. And one card done. Add a sentiment and you are finished. So these really are simple, easy to use. Fast. 120 cards. You could make beautiful, beautiful embellishments for your layouts with these. You could use them for altered art or a mini album. They're just lovely. And if you need to make a bunch of cards for something, whether you're the welcome wagon at church, or maybe you're the welcome wagon at the PTA, or maybe you're the welcome wagon at your work, you can have these all done, ready to go, in a box, and when you need them, you grab them. So I've got 1, 2, it's still not a straight cut, but I'll forgive myself. Perfection is overrated. I love Hunkydory and how they make these so simple and so elegant. So if you are on a budget, this is a great way to save because you do get so so much for so little. Grab that cardstock out that you've got, all the extra little cardstock you've got, and have at it. You've been holding on to a bag of little pieces. This is a great way to use it up. And remember, I'm trimming it down. Bam! One done. Yay for me! Now let's maybe grab a 5x7. Also tent fold. You get 10 envelopes and 10 cards. They are 300 GSM, so that means 200-pound paper. It is absolutely lovely. Do I want this one? Do I want this one? Do I want this one? First, let's make sure my tent is going in the right direction. Oh, look at that. That wasn't so bad. That was pretty close. Okay, I'm okay with that. And let's see. Maybe I do. I'm not sure about this minty green. I don't think I want the minty green. Maybe I do a black. I do a little bit of black, and then after the black, maybe I do a little bit of a yellow. So if I go black, yellow, well, let's try it, because I don't think I'm gonna like it on the yellow. That's too close. I think I like it on the black, and it fits perfectly right there. That's like a perfect fit. I'm just gonna trim that off, mat it, square it up, and call it done. Oh yeah, that's a great fit. So think about it. You don't have a lot of time to craft sometimes, and you want to feel productive. You want to feel like you did something, but you don't have a lot of time to pull absolutely everything you own out. This is a fun and easy way. Sit in front of the TV. Invite your friends over who are not crafters and let them make a few. They'll be shocked at how much fun they have and how easy it is to make something handmade. I think people forget that handmade doesn't have to be extravagant. It has to be done with love. There's the difference. Okay, and then, do I want it on the yellow? I don't know. What other colors do I have in here? I have an orange. That's a very orange. Maybe it'll pop on the orange. That's a pretty big orange. Yeah, that's pretty orange, right? Too orange? I don't know, that seems very orange to me. Do I have a lighter orange? I don't think I do. So maybe we stick with the yellow. No, no lighter orange. Maybe we stick with the yellow. Oh, maybe I have a softer yellow. Maybe I have a softer yellow that's not quite as bold. Oh, no, I don't. No. No, my gut's this one, and that's where we're going to go. But I'm going to keep it really narrow. So my card base is here. So if I keep this pretty narrow, and then I think we'll move on after that. Ooh, I made that really narrow at the bottom. I have to try and match that cut. This is a super thin mat. I'm deciding. Decisions. If I do that, and then that, that's a lot of matting, right? Too much matting. Is there ever such a thing as too much matting, though? Is there? Really? Ever? I don't know. I just feel like my camera's off just a little bit. I don't know if there's ever anything as too much matting. I love to mat because it's paper. Nope, I'm going to do it this way. Save on my paper. It's paper, and yet it adds such an elegance to it. So all I'm doing is kind of gauging. So my reveal will be half this width when I'm done cutting. Just a quick way to mat. If you're not great at freehanding, this will do the trick. See? Yeah, I'm going to be done. I'm going to call that good. With just that very little yellow reveal. That's enough yellow. And that's me saying it. Hello? So 120 sheets of paper. And you can keep them square. I chose not to. I wanted you to see that you can cut them and it still looks absolutely gorgeous. That you can do a larger scale card and it will look absolutely gorgeous. That you have the option so I've now done an A6 and a 5x7. And tent fold cards are very popular in Europe. So I said, okay, we'll see what they do here. I've done them a few times, but almost every sample we get that comes from overseas has been, oh, look at how, see, I think that's okay. What do you think? Bing, bing, boom. Done. Sentiment inside. They come with the envelopes and we're good to go. Love, love, love. So, Hunkydory in full bloom. 120 different sheets. 6 of 20 different designs. I want to say that the pad is maybe $12 or $13 maybe. And think about that. I mean, wow, that is value for the money. So, first thing we played with. I told you I wouldn't use all of these, but I had to wait and I had to see what I was going to do. I didn't know. So I'm going to show you some card samples with this because I don't know any other way than to show you after each item. Otherwise, it's just going to be way too much. So I did this one. And I did this one. And then Katie did this one. Now, there is a stamp set coming up to do that. And Katie made this one, and she took and she die cut them into circles because you do get, well, she might have taken one page. Is that the page that I did? It is. She took the one page and she die cut out the individual flowers. You've got the sentiment up here that I'll show you in a little bit. Look at how pretty is this. Honorary SMS girl Katie did this as well. And I've got a sentiment that goes right there for you. It's a stamp set from Hunkydory. And here, I think I pulled this one too. I think Katie and I have the same taste. And again, she die cut them into little diamonds. And here, a full size 6x6. This one was done by Gail. A little bit of bling going on, a little sentiment. That's looks like a Katie Sue sentiment. So pretty. And this one was done by Katie. Oh, did I? Maybe I didn't. Okay, I'm thinking, did I do the same? She cut it out, backed it, put the sentiment. These were all done out of that same pad. Here, this is going to be Gail. Yes, this is going to be Gail. So Gail took 2 of them. She did the background, and then she took another page, and she fussy cut out the one flower and popped it on. So you had a little bit of decoupage going on, a little bit of dimension happening. Look at how cute is this. This one is Katie. These are so fast and so easy. Now I know I pulled this one. Bing, bang, boom, done. This one's beautiful. This one's Katie too. Look at, absolutely beautiful. She kept it in the square, did a square card, lots of matting. That's me. You've got a sentiment above. So our first Hunkydory item is the In Full Bloom paper pad. 120 sheets, 20 different flowers, six sheets of each, and options galore. Options galore, and there are mine. Love it. But we have to move on. So let me round up all of these, and then we will move on. Second item from Hunkydory is something that they're really well known for. It is their decoupage packs. This is In Full Bloom, so this matches the paper pack. So in here, I have the insert pages. So the price is $63.20 down to $55.99. So we got the insert pages, and you get 24, but the key, the big Wahoo Kachoo, is the full kit. So In Full Bloom. Okay, so it says it creates 24 supersized cards. Let's be real. Let's look at each other and you can probably get 50, 60 cards out of this thing without much problem at all. If you're using A2, A6, 5x7, you are going to have so much. You will get easily 50 cards if you're looking at what you're doing and not doing a big, I don't know, a big 8x8 card or the big cards that they do. So lots is in this pack, and it is always popular when we have them. So let's tilt on in or down, and let me show you what's in it. So it says you get 24 A4 300 gram or 300 GSM foiled and die cut decoupage sheets. You get 12 A4 300 GSM foiled and die cut decoupage base layer sheets, and that's where you are gonna cut it up instead of folding it in half. 24 A4 350 GSM coordinating adorable scoreable cardstock. This is a monster of a kit. You can buy one and share it. It is an absolute monster of a kit. So, first things first, you have decoupage pieces. Now, you can take and do your base, and then this one on top of this one, and then this one on top of this one, and this one on top of that one. That is how they are meant to be done. But you can use these in so many different ways. You can use just this piece and take that and put that on here and put these on there, and you use pop dots to do it. You don't have to layer them as high as they are allowing you to, giving yourself more opportunity to make more cards. There's so many pieces out of here. I could easily get at least three different embellishments, and each one of them would have a decoupage layer to it, several layers actually. So you get two of those, beautiful. Two here. So if it's supposed to make two, you're gonna make easily four. Now I have some samples where we did it just as it was expected to be done, and boy, are they high, but they're beautiful. Look at how gorgeous is this. So you could pop this one, this one, this one. You could use this one just by itself. You could put this on that. You could put this on here and that on there. I mean, you have opportunity to make so much more. And now you can see how it coordinates with that paper pad. Everything mixes and everything matches. So you could take that In Full Bloom paper pad and take some of these and embellish that paper pad. All of these are foiled. They've got a beautiful foil detail to them. The coloring is gorgeous. They're pre-die cut, ready to go. Gosh, I hope I'm getting there. They're so lovely. All right, I'm almost there. Then we have where you can take and make even more cards. This is like a card ready to go. You've got the different pieces, you've got the different sentiments, you've got a border, you pop it out and away you go. If you're teaching a class, cut this in half, put them all out on the table and let them take, and you get the sentiments, you get everything you need. This is a wow kit. And it's so pretty. Lovely, right? So it looks like you get two of each. This is it's too cold to go outside kit. It's too hot to go outside. And then we turn it over and then we have all the backing paper. Now, they would like you to score this and fold this in half and make this your card base. But we in the States, we don't do cards that big. We're gonna chop it here, we're gonna chop it there, we're gonna use this for a slim line. We're gonna make the most out of it because there's just so much of it. We don't need to make that big of a card. We don't want it to cost, oh. You can make a card just by cutting this up and matting it. Wow, so pretty. A card here, a card here, a slim line there. When I say you can get 50 or 60 cards out of here, absolutely. What a beautiful mini album this would make because it's all coordinated. It's all ready for you. All right, so I want to do something with it, but I'm still showing you what comes in it. I mean, a ton of product. It is absolutely worth, the kit alone is worth the $55.99, but then you also get the, this is a beast of a kit. It's massive. You also get the liner pages. Now the liner pages are unique. They're different. They're a thin weight paper that are softer. They're a little more subtle. They make great matting paper. They're just really pretty and soft and elegant, and they coordinate with absolutely everything in the kit or in your little paper pad In Full Bloom. You could be using this as matting paper because it's going to mat beautifully with it. Look at how lovely. It's just soft and elegant. So what they use this for is if I was going to, let's see, if I was going to take this, my card that I made, and I wanted to put an insert. This is what it's intended for. What you use it for is up to you, but this is the intended purpose. It just finishes the card out, and that's why they call it an insert. Where's my other one? This one. I'll do this one too. That's why they call it an insert, because then I open it up, I put it there, and then I put my sentiment, and it just really adds a level of elegance to what you've done. And the piece is so big, and because we're doing smaller cards, again, they expect you to take this and fold this in half and use this as your insert. It would go like this. They expect you, that's what they do in the UK, big cards. But we can get away with making a lot more bang for our buck, because we send A6, 5x7, A2, because they all ship at normal postage. The minute we start going bigger or square, we have to pay more to get it where it's going. And sometimes that's okay, absolutely. So if I do this one, and now I've put my insert, so when somebody gets it, it is a finished card. And this one, let's see, which is the paper that goes, oh, this paper goes with it, okay. So when you see insert paper, that's its intended use. Is that what you have to use it for? No, you've got oodles of things to be done with it. I probably could have pulled this paper out, should have pulled this paper out, and maybe used it for my matting paper. That might have worked. So maybe I want this piece over here. And I just make it a little bit smaller. And then cut it out. And use it as intended. Oh, it's an SMS class. There's the sirens. A little bit of Stacey tape, which has shipped and should be here in about a week and a half. Oh yay! Back in stock. As long as it gets through customs, we should be good to go. Okay. So now you have that. They open it up and they have a beautiful, and then you put your sentiment. So pretty. But we haven't played with any of this yet. Oh my goodness, there's so much. What do I want to do? Do I want to play with the decoupage? I'm debating which one I want to do. So if I have those two out, and where's the paper that goes with it? this paper and the roses. Oh, here we go, the roses. Okay, so maybe I'll play with those. Although this one sure is stunning. Do I have that one? That one sure is pretty. I do. Maybe that one. You're like, just pick one. It's hard. It's hard when they're all so lovely. So, decoupage. Easy peasy mac and cheesy. You find the main one here, and then you slowly start to add little pieces over the top of it. And they all pop out. So I can pop this one. And then I pop my next one. And then, so I think this one goes with that one. And then I can pop my next one. Make sure it's not less. Oh, that's exactly it. Then I can pop this one. And then I can pop one of my leaves if I want. And even here. So leaving all of these to do a second. These are easy to put together. You just need some pop dots and some tweezers. So you've got your first, here's my first one. And I take and I line up right over the top of it, and I put some pop dots behind it. So you would do a better job with the pop dots. I'm just going to get some on here so I can get it on so you can see. Decoupage is easy and fun, and it really does make you look like you spent hours and hours on it. It used to be that decoupage you would hand fussy cut every single thing. Oh, come on. There we go. It used to be you would hand cut every single item out and then layer it on top. But manufacturers have decided over the years, you know what, why don't we just die cut it and make it easy peasy for everybody. Okay, so my first one is going to fit right over the top, giving me my first layer. Got some foam tape here. Maybe I'll use some foam tape and it'll be faster. Then I've got my second one. Which is going to go right there. And then this one goes right there. And you just keep building. Maybe I'll just do these. Oh no, that's my, here's my, no, that's not foam tape either. I thought I had some foam tape in here. Nope. So we'll just go ahead and use my pop dots. So there's like 940 pop dots on this little sheet. Goes a long way. Okay. Oh, don't stick to me. I'm going to lay this right on top, giving me another layer of dimension. Now you can stop. You don't have to go higher than that if you don't want to. And now I've got my leaf, so I'm not going to lose that because that's going to go over there. Let's add a leaf. And look at how beautiful they are when they're built. Oh my gosh, they're absolutely stunning. And again, people who don't know, don't know. They don't realize that it didn't take you hours and hours to do this. And you don't have to tell them that it didn't take you hours and hours. Let them believe you put some real work behind all of it. People, when they open cards that were made from Hunkydory products, their jaws just drop. Even the guys, their jaws drop because they're so amazingly beautiful and detailed and dimensioned. Okay. And right on top. So I'm going to be okay with that. I don't need it to be more dimensioned than this. That gets the point across and still saves me plenty to work with for a whole nother card. And then I can take, and let's see what the paper looks like that goes with it. Oh, right here. So do I want to mat it on there? Do I want to mat it here? And then there? Do I want to put a little white behind it? Do I want the side? Do I want to just put it right there? That's pretty. See what it looks like on an A2 card. No, I'm gonna like it, I think, down here. That kind of in the center. I think it takes longer to figure out what you want to do than anything else. Because it all coordinates so perfectly together, you don't really have to work too hard. Oh, and that fits there perfect. Don't you just love it when something fits perfectly and you don't waste any paper? So let's tape that down, and then I'm going to straighten that up. The paper coordinates. The decoupage coordinates. The lining paper coordinates. Just giving you the opportunity to have a crafting day where you don't really have to give it a whole lot of thought. I mean, I suppose you do, because you just saw how much thought it took for me to get this one put together. But it's not like you're having to go figure out what paper matches with what paper and what cardstock matches with what cardstock. They've done all of that for you. They've done the heavy lifting, giving you the chance to sit down, open it up, grab some adhesive, and just start. Okay, now I'm going to clean that edge up, those edges up. Oh, I got really close. Boy, howdy, did I get close. So there, and there, and there, and there. Yeah, I think I'm good. Unless I want it there. And there, and there. Oh, you know what I do? I think I like that better. Okay, let's put it on down. Now I use the decoupage. A lot of the samples that we have, that the girls have done, they have used here. Oh, you know what? I can grab one of these sentiments because they give you multiple sentiments. So here and here. here. And then thank you ever so much. Okay, that works for me. Here. Oh, so I'm pulling the corners out from here? Oh. I still have the big decoupage. I have the big center to use. I still have the border to use. I still have a border here. I have 2 sentiments. I'm just pulling these corner pieces off because they look pretty amazing on this. Oh yeah. Okay. Yep. And here I thought I was done. Oh, so close. But since I added the sentiment and had a little foil on it, I thought, why not give it a whirl? That was a little high. So I took a little bit of this and I took a little bit of that. I used the insert paper. I used the decoupage sheet. I grabbed the corners and the sentiment from the foiled pages. And I'm done. And now I've got my insert page. And I still have all of this left. I mean, like I said, if you can't get 50 or 60 cards from here, it's a value. And having that insert means that you've got the perfect color for your mats. Perfect color for your mats. And then you can actually use it for insert paper. So this is the In Full Bloom Luxury Decoupage Kit. Is that what they're calling it? And now I can put my sentiment. And bam. I did it. So let's see. And I still have all of this and all of this and this and these. All of this is still left. It's like I haven't even touched any of it yet. The insert paper, I got it all. So this is bundle, well, this is the first bundle because the little paper pad is being sold all on its own, not in any bundle. But then we've got the insert in full bloom, 24 sheets. You can buy the inserts by itself if you would prefer. You can buy the in full bloom Floral Delights Designer Deco Large Collection. You can buy this on its own, but I'll tell you, it's cheap, almost cheaper to buy the two of them than pay full price for either one of them. The retail is $63.20, and we have it for $55.99, which means it qualifies for free shipping. So let me show you some of the card samples, because then we have to move on. So this is for, and I've got a lot of them, this is for the decoupage. Here's mine. See, look at, beautiful, isn't it? And then we have here using the paper. Up here using the paper, the decoupage, the butterfly, the sentiment. Everything you need in one kit. And then how you put it together is entirely up to you. So there's the one that I did, and look at the layers. Yes, honorary SMS girl Yvette did this one, and she popped it all up. I mean, this is a hand me card. This isn't I'm gonna mail you a card unless you really bubble it well. But that shows you the difference. Gail did this one, honorary SMS girl Gail, and she did a little pop-up, 1 or 2 layers, where Yvette did the whole thing. And look at the size difference. Look at how pretty. So here's the, oh, it says open me. Okay. Here's the insert paper. Look at how soft and sweet that is. It's so subtle. And then they popped out a few butterflies. And this is from Yvette. And then there's the insert paper again. Honorary SMS girl Yvette, all done out of the insert paper. It just depends upon what look you're looking for. Honorary SMS girl Patty did this one. And again, she did a few of the layers. She didn't do all of them. You've got the border going down the side. You've got the matching sentiment. And this one is honorary SMS girl Yvette, who did all the layers. You decide. I've got a few more. And then we have to move on. This is honorary SMS girl Patty. Isn't that so pretty? And she did a few of the layers. So where Yvette used all of them, Patty made 2 out of every one, and Yvette made 1 out of every one. And everything works together. They're just lovely. And you feel so accomplished. Yvette used all the layers, just pop dot after pop dot after pop dot. She used larger pieces of foam tape to do this. because you've got a bigger area on this rose. You don't have tiny little pieces. And another one from honorary SMS girl Patty. So Patty did this one. And she did this one. So she just did them. She did them opposites. That's how she got 2 of everything. Well done you, Patty. Right? She got 2 out of 1. Easy peasy. And then we have Yvette, who again, she layered and layered and layered. And we have Patty, who just layered and layered. And then the last one is Yvette. Wishing you a day full of joy and happiness. Isn't that beautiful? Wait for it. She used every layer they gave. Now, can you see how you can easily get at least two out of each? That's like 50 cards right there. So this is what I just showed you was the I Want It All bundle number 1 in full bloom with the insert and the huge card kit. And the first thing we started with was in full bloom, just the 120 sheets of beautiful paper. All right, we're moving on. Next and last, which is where all the technique comes in. So if you're still with me, yay, because now we get to have some fun with some technique going on. Also Hunkydory, I Want It All bundle pack number 2. It is For the Love Of. And so you have For the Love of stamps and For the Love of stencils in here. Retail is $41.10. Your price is $32.99. And inside, you have a stamp set. Now this stamp set is going to work with quite a few things in the In Full Bloom bundles. They're also going to work with, remember you saw, you're like, where did those sentiments come from? How did they do those sentiments? Where did they all come from? To go around the top. This is the stamp set that did all of that. So when I showed you the In Full Bloom paper pad, and you were wondering, I kept saying the stamp set, there's a stamp set to go with it, there's a stamp set to go with it. This is that stamp set. So, the stamps say, sending happy thoughts just because you are bloomin' lovely to a great friend, so happy for you, forever grateful, good luck with everything and on your big day. So anything that you need, that you have that's round, that you need a curvature for, this is it. And they were designed to go with these stencils. So those stamps fit right along the curvature of the stencils. So these are, they call them For the Love of masks, and you can see that they're meant to go together. These are 2 peas in a pod, but of course these also work with the In Full Bloom collection. So you're gonna get 4 stencils and the stamp set for your $32.99. Now I'm gonna play with this, and this is where our technique is coming in today. So I'm gonna do a few different things with these, and I think I'm going to start here. So I am gonna be using my stencil and stamp tool from This is a Sizzix item. It is a stencil positioner and a stencil alignment tool and a stamp positioner. I have my converters here. Now when you, okay, so this works as an alignment tool for stencils, which means when I take the lid off and I move this a little alignment tool anywhere on my little grid that I want to go, I can stencil, and I have the opportunity to lift it up and look at it and put it back down. Now it has two little nibs in it, and that's because all of Sizzix has, their stencils have two little holes in them. So you pop them right down there. But what happens if you don't have that? What happens if you have a stencil like these that do not have little holes that you can just push them right into? Because all of Sizzix has holes. Well, they have converters. Right here, converters. Easy peasy mac and cheesy. Now these converters, when you buy one of these from us, not only do you get the tool, but you get a set of converters, and they sell 10 converters for around $6, maybe $7. And the converters you can use again and again and again. It's a little piece of plastic. It has a strip on it that you peel off to expose some adhesive, and they stick. Right to the top. So I could put it here, I could put it here, and it adds the little holes that you need to pop it down. So let's put a piece of paper underneath. Is that going to be big enough? I think I'll get a whole sheet. I'll live dangerously. Okay, so what's on here is also sticky grid. It comes with it. It's an A4 sheet of basically the jumbo Post-it note, so that when you put your paper down and you press it down, your paper does not move. Doesn't move. But when you lift it up, there you go. But when you put it down, there you go. Doesn't move. Sticky grid comes with it. What makes sticky grid not sticky anymore is embossing powder or glitter. Anything that would take sticky away from something else is going to take the sticky away from this. But when it stops being sticky a long time from now, they sell 5 packs of this, and you just peel it up and you put your new piece down. So if I take my alignment tool, and again, I can put it anywhere I want. I can move it over, I can bring it down. Maybe I want to stencil something all the way at the bottom of a 12 by 12 layout. Because there's no lip on any side of my stencil and stamp tool, well, you can move your paper anywhere you want it to go, and with the alignment tool, you can move your stencil. If you're doing a layering stencil, it allows you to align your stencil perfectly every time, as long as you don't move your paper once you've put your paper down. Now I've got my paper here, and I've got my stencil, and I can pop it right into place. But this stencil doesn't have a lot of room at the top. So it's cut really, it's thin. There's not a lot of grab room for my converter. I can do it, but there's not a lot of grab room. Instead, I'm gonna move it over here where I've got lots of room for it to stick. Now that means it's gonna be on my paper, kind of wonky, but I'm gonna be cutting it out anyway, so it doesn't matter to me that it's kind of wonky. It means I get a better grip there, and now I can stencil. So I'm gonna play with some of my colors, and I'm gonna grab some of my Stacey Park Jacquard Premium Dye-Based inks. I've got my Pineapple Crush here. I've got Spaghetti Squash. These are a dye-based ink. They're water reactive. They will allow you to emboss with them, and most importantly, they don't make mud. You can blend and you won't make mud. You can use them as watercolor and they don't make mud. They're a fabulous ink, and there's lots of inks on the market, so you really have to find the ink that does the most things you want an ink to do. Will these work with everybody else's dye-based inks? Yes. And if all you're doing is stamping with it, really, you can use almost anybody's dye-based inks, and you can mix and match. You may like my Spaghetti Squash yellow, but you may like somebody else's pink, and then you might like another company's red. And as long as they're all dye-based inks, you can mix them and match them together. You don't have to just use one type of ink. As long as you're using a dye-based ink, just use the colors, buy the colors that make your heart happy. So I can now lift this up and then put it right back down. As long as I don't move my paper, I'm going to be able to see what it is I've stenciled. Now I'm going to come in and you've got to hold your stencil in place. This is an alignment tool, I'm not gonna buckle tool. You still have to hold your stencil in place. But I can come in here and add some color. And then if I want to see what I've done, I lift up, I look at it, and I can see what I've stenciled so far. Now if I want to continue to stencil, all I have to do is put it back where I started, and it aligns up perfectly. This is the benefit of this tool. Then as an added bonus, it also is a stamp positioner. Okay, so maybe that. Okay, maybe a little, what do I want? Papaya salad, maybe? Again, I have to hold my stencil in place. It's not going to keep it from buckling, but it is going to allow you to realign it when you want to look to see what you've done. So a little papaya salad, and then maybe I come back with a little bit of my Pineapple Crush, and I just kind of cement those colors together. Just blend a little bit of my Pineapple Crush right into my papaya salad and make that blend. And if I want to see what I've done, I lift up, and now I can see where I'm at. And if I want to continue, then I can lay it right back down, just find where I started. So it lines up perfectly here, but if I put it in the holes right here, well, that doesn't line up at all. Or if I moved it all the way over here, that doesn't line up at all. You just have to find where your position you started. And I always start right here, dead center. So I always have two on either side, two of my little, I I don't know what they call these. I've got to ask them what they call these, but my lid hinges, holders, I always start right dead center, and at the, that's just where I start. It's just easy for me to remember. Okay, so now what color? Maybe a little blue? I'm wondering if Caribbean blue might be too light, but you never know, so we'll try. So I have 24 colors and 24 re-inkers, and to be honest with you, I use the re-inkers probably as much as I use anything else. Maybe a little bit more papaya salad. Oop. And you know what? I might just throw in a hair bit of blueberry pie at the top. Hair bit of blueberry pie, just a little bit. Okay. Now I can see what we got just by lifting up. Look at how pretty is that. Pull my paper up, and now it's up to me to decide what I want to do with it. I could take one of my dies and cut the center out. I could take and let's just trim it out. Now all I have to do is pop this right off. Take a baby wipe. Put the lids back on my inks. Baby wipe. It's all clean. I'm ready to go, and let's do something with this. So I'm going to put this right back here for now. That's the little nibs at the top are not meant to hold the stencil. The little nibs at the top are not meant to hold the stencil. The nibs are too small. They're not the same size as what's on the alignment tool. So you always want to use the alignment tool, not these two holes at the top. Those two holes at the top are meant for you to store your alignment tool. So I'm going to put this here for now, and we will come back because I'm going to do another, but let's do something with this. So I have, let's grab a 5x7 card. So I know I'm going to have to cut it down. And I know I'm going to have to cut across the top and the bottom. Just so it kind of looks a little more uniform. And cut across the top. I'm just trying to trim it out just so then I can see what I have to work with. Okay. Now let's find some paper. So I've got cardstock here. And that or that, or maybe that and that on there. That might not be so bad. I've got a teal in here too, I think. Let's see what that looks like. I think I like that. So let's map. So I'm not going to tape anything down until I get what I want it to be. So I know I'm going to have to come in. So maybe I make this one a little bit smaller so I have a little bit more reveal. Ooh, I moved it. Oh, I moved it. So a little bit bigger reveal. So I know I'm going to have to get rid of the sides a little bit. Okay, a little bit more off the sides and then I think I'm done. And then that. All right, let's mat. Call it done. Tape it up. Straighten up this side just a little bit. All right, so I'm going to go that to that. So I didn't keep it square. It's a square stencil, but I didn't keep it square. And then this one to this one. And then we'll move on. And we'll stencil another one. To there. And this. To here. Make sure that I can open it up right. Yep, that's right. Ta-da! If it does not open. I was going to say if it does not open. Look at how pretty is that and simple. So easy peasy. All right. Moving on. Let's do another one. And let's see, what do I want to play with? Let's do that one. Yeah? Nope, let's do this one. I can't decide. Maybe we try this one. There we go. Or this one. All right, I'm going to bring over my stencil and stamp platform again. I'm going to grab another sheet of white paper, and I just kind of trim off a little bit on the bottom, just so it's not exactly the size of my sticky grid. Let's bring it back over. I don't need the lid because I'm not stamping. I've got my converter. I've got my stencil. And let's take my converter and put it on my stencil. And again, they did not give you a whole lot of room on the sides or the top and bottom. You've got tons of room on the corners, and that's where I'm going to stick my converter, just because it gives me so much more sticking room. Put my alignment tool down. I think I'm going to have it coming. Okay, so let's do that, and I can scooch my paper over a little bit. And I think my branch should come across, right? So do I want it there, or do I want it here? So you can move it with that converter. You can move it anywhere you want. So now I can see that I'm going to do my branch. This is going to be my branch coming across. So me being me, I'm going to start with my yellow, and I think this time I'll start with spaghetti squash. And remember, I have to hold my stencil in place. My alignment tool is going to allow me to align it every time, but it's not going to keep it from moving. Okay, I think I'm good with that. And then I think I will go into maybe my cranberry fizz a little bit, or papaya salad. Cranberry fizz or papaya salad. A little bit. You know what? I'm going to do papaya salad and then cranberry fizz, just a little bit. And then to cement that color, I always come back with my first color, which was my spaghetti squash, and I just blend them together so I get that nice seamless blend. That's what I'm looking for. You get that beautiful seamless blend. No fuss, easy peasy. And I can look and see where I'm at. Ooh. And then I can come in and lay it on top, and bam, I'm ready to go. So, lid here, lid there, and now maybe a little bit of cranberry fizz. So these stencils are all about the silhouette. Normally, you're inking the image and the background is marked off, is blacked out. But here it's exactly the opposite. Here it's all about the silhouette. Oh, a little bit much there. All right, then I'm going to take and bring my papaya salad back. And kind of cement it into that cranberry fizz, giving me that beautiful seamless blend. And I can lift up and see what I've got. Now on this one, I'm going to keep it super simple. Wipe down my stencil. The water or the inks are water reactive, so they clean up easy peasy. Got my ink. And this one I think I'm going to keep super simple. I'm going to take some fine liners. And I'm just going to take my black fine liner and I'm going to go in and even where I'm just going to kind of trace this out, and I usually do 2 or 3 lines. So I'm just tracing it out. I want it to have a freehand look. So if I come in and I do a line a little bit on the inside, and then a little bit on the outside, and then a little bit on the inside, and then a little bit on the outside, I really want it to have a very free-handed type of sketchy look to it is what I'm going for. So I'm not trying to be perfect. And I really want it to have kind of a sketchy feel. So I'll come in and out of the lines and back in the lines. And I'll draw outside the lines, and then I'll draw in the lines. I'll draw inside and then outside, and then inside and then outside. And then I'll come back and do another set of lines. Sometimes I'll even do 3 sets of lines. So I don't know where fine liners have been my whole life, but I wish I had known about them a lot sooner. And you look at it and you go, oh, I don't think so. And then you come back an hour later and you're like, hey, that doesn't look half bad. At first I was like super critical of fine liners. It's like, I can't do this. I can't get it to make it look how it's supposed to look. The thing is, it's not supposed to look perfect. It's supposed to look like you've hand sketched what you have inked. And it took me a little while to understand that because I was super critical of what I was doing. And I finally just had to let it be. And inside and out of the lines. And then come back and do it again. And not perfect and not trying to be perfect. Just trying to get some shape across. And if I want some more lines, I just go in. It's all about building the shape. And having that wonderful feel of sketchiness. And you can't have too many. And I'm just trying to kind of detail out without detailing out. Fine liners are really, really wonderful. These are by Brazil, and I know we have some. I don't know that we have a ton. Then we take it on out. And we pick our colors. Nope, this way. Nope, I'm gonna have to go all the way to there because that's where my, so we're gonna have to cut it all the way down. that way? Do I like it that way? I think I'm going to stick with it this way. Do I like the pink? Maybe this time I do the bright orange. Just a little bit of it. Just a bit. And again, I'm not keeping it square. You absolutely can. I'm trimming it to a size that's easier to put in the mailbox. Yeah, I think I'm good. And then we're going to move on. So I was watching somebody. Oh, I got a little bit of my finger in there. Well, I was watching somebody and they kept talking about letting your creativity be liberated. I'm like, what does that mean? It means that if you're doing sketchy lines, don't worry about them, just do them. I think that was their way of think long, think wrong. That's my more generic term. Think long, think wrong. Like, what do they mean by liberate? I think they were just saying be free with it. Don't pass judgment. Nope. All right. Mat this one and we'll call it done and we'll move on because the last one takes a little bit more. There's a little bit more technique to it. Are you still with me? I always think I should start with the hardest one first. But then I think if you're a newbie crafter, that would be so intimidating to start with something as difficult. And so I always want to start with the easy things first and build into a little more difficult. Oh, I'm happy with that. Works for me. Yay! So we did this one, and we did this one. This one has the sketchy lines. This one doesn't. I don't think I have a card base this size, or a card this size. I think I just matted this to whatever I matted it to. Yep. Okay, we'll let it be. All right, the last one, and I think I'll use this one. Cut my piece of paper. And this is where we change it up a bit. We're still going to be using our stencil and stamp tool. I'm still going to be putting my stencil on an angle so I can get the best, my converter strip can adhere to the best, as opposed to trying to make it fit on these tight little edges that they gave you. And this time I'm going to use a different ink. This time I'm going to use my color box waterproof black ink. Now we're waiting for an order of this to come in, and it's supposed to be coming in hopefully next week. This is amazing ink. If you are using any kind of watercolor, Copic marker, alcohol ink marker, Oleo, whatever you're using, this doesn't move. Once it's down, and you can go over it with water, alcohol, and it just doesn't move. It is amazing, and yes, it has a refill. So if you are waiting on this, it will be here soon, and if you haven't ever had this ink, it's great. It's by Jacquard, same company that makes my premium dye-based inks. I'm a licensed designer for them, and this is beautiful, beautiful black ink. So I'm gonna come in, and again, I'm gonna hold down. I wonder if I move it, it would be easier. Well, we're just gonna go for it. That was the easy part. Now I gotta hold my stencil in place. And I want it to be as dark as I can make it. So my fingers are getting inky. It's not a permanent ink. It's not like a StazOn. This is a waterproof ink. We'll lift up and see how I'm doing. A little smudgy there, but that's okay. I'm going for it. Handmade is made from the heart. It's not perfection. It's real. And I'm not going to redo it because of that. Okay, I think I've got it pretty good. I'll keep it handy just in case. Now I do have it on my fingers, and it is all over my stencil. Look at how sharp is that. Okay, wow. Now, instead of taking a baby wipe straight to my stencil, I'm gonna grab some paper towel because it is black. And then I will do my baby wipe all over my stencil to get it off. Now, water isn't gonna get it completely off. It's gonna be stained a little bit of a gray. If you want it to be all the way back to the color the stencil started as, you're going to want to use a little bit of alcohol. Just grab some rubbing alcohol. It won't harm your stencil, but it will take all the black, well, most of the black off. For me, I don't care that it's stained a little bit gray. Every stencil should be stained something. That means it's a well-loved stencil. All right, so I'm gonna leave it be. Good enough for me, right? And I've got my image, so I can lift it up. And now this is where I'm gonna bring in my Ecoline markers from Royal Talens. We've been using Ecoline for the past month with my In the Studio with Stacey classes. And They are a watercolor, dye-based watercolor marker, and I have them in several different sets. They blend, they move beautifully with water. You can do tip to tip blending. There's just so many different things. And if you haven't seen any of the January in the studio with Stacey classes, I encourage you to do so. I do so much with these markers. I used them last week where I literally scribbled, and then I misted with some water and I let them run into each other. They are forgiving, they're easy to use, they're fine art. They are not they come from a fine art company. These are not something typical you would see in a regular paper crafting store, but the quality is so beautiful. And you pay this much for markers anyway. You might as well get the best quality you can get. So I'm gonna play with these today, and I'm gonna start. I've got the sets that I'm using are the Botanic and the Brights. Those are the two sets that I've pulled out for today. And I'm gonna grab some of the green. And see which color makes my heart happy. Okay, definitely those two. So I've inked up, I've got my waterproof ink. I'm gonna come in here. Now I'm going over my black ink. And it's not getting all over my marker. Maybe that's too close. But I'm going right over the top of my black ink, and my black ink is staying and not mixing with my marker. They lay down a lot of color, and I'm on 100-pound paper. So you might find that you get a few little fuzzies, but let me tell you, once the ink has dried, you wipe those little fuzzies off, because I'm not using specialty paper today. I'm using just 100-pound paper. You wipe those little fuzzies off, and you don't feel where those fuzzies are. It's just laying down so much color. It's a beautiful nylon brush tip made in Japan, which is where all beautiful nibs are made. I might just go around this whole thing in that green. And you would think that the black would run into the green, that it would harm my marker. You would think I can just go whoop, look at that. Bam. No problem. So it's the ink, that black ink is waterproof, which means it is marker friendly. Now, could I go in here with my re-inkers and paint this? I could do this with my re-inkers and paint it, and we would have the black would stay, but a marker is so much faster and so much easier. Okay, now I can put maybe a little bit of a darker color. Not a lot, but just a little bit of some darker color. Just to add a little bit of shadow. And where I've added a little bit darker color, ooh, want that back on, I can then take my lighter color and go right over the top of it to make a blend. And just a little bit right over the top, and that's where you might see some of the little balling come up. Don't worry, let it be. I'm just taking it in, my lighter color on top, and kind of blending them together. No water needed. You can, I could do this all with water because these move just beautifully with water. But what if you don't have water? What if all you have is your markers? Okay. And my black stays still. And my coloring looks great. I keep wanting to pick it up, but you can't pick it up. And now I can go in and do my flowers. And let's see, do I want to do yellow? And that black is not moving. It is very cool. And this is very easy. But it is a little bit more technique-y. And because it is black, anytime I get my yellow on it, the black absorbs the yellow into it. So you don't even notice that I put a little yellow on top of my black. Now I can come back. What other color we want to use? Look at no black on my marker. Very cool. What other color do we want to use? Well, all I can do is try. So I just went right into it. to pull some of that red out. And now I'm going to let it do its thing. I'm not going to touch that for a minute. And I'm going to let it blend together. So a little bit of red. And then come back in. And kind of move it out. So a few little balls balling up because I'm not on specialty paper and it's putting down so much ink. And then I'm going to come back and move it out a little bit more. Eco line markers are incredibly friendly. And just when you think you haven't done it right, you let it sit for just a minute. You let the ink do the work, not you. You just kind of pull it out and then step away from it. Pull it out and then kind of step away for a minute. And pull it out. You gotta let it sit. You gotta step away from it because that ink is going to move. You gotta let it do its thing. Your gut is going to say, keep going back over it, keep going back over it. But you don't. You move it out and then you step away for a minute. Move on to the next one. Move it out. And it doesn't look great when you move it out. Look at this one right here. I moved it out, but now I need to come back in. But I need to give it a minute for that ink to do its thing. And with 4 markers, 2 green, a yellow and a red, look at us go. And my yellow continues to be yellow. So when you're cutting, put your elbows on the table. If you're going to trim something out, put your elbows on the table. I know Mom said don't, but put your elbows on the table. It forces you to keep your scissors in one position and move your image, which is how you're supposed to cut. Your scissors stay put. It's the paper that moves. And if your elbows are on the table, you don't have any other option but to keep your scissors going and let your paper rotate. Anytime you're cutting, until you have gotten accustomed to not moving your scissors, put your elbows on the table. What do we think? Do we like it? Told you this one was a little bit more technique-y. We had to start with watercolor or waterproof ink over the stencil. And then we came back in with Ecoline markers to do, and I know it's a little fuzzy there. I'm okay. Come back in and look at what we made with a stencil. Inexpensive, well, white 100-pound paper. You can do this. You can. It is possible. Nope, I killed that cut. Yep, that was not good. I should have taped it down before I started to cut. I know better. And now it's going to be too small. All right, not crazy about it anyway. We'll go back to what I do like here. So I took my stencil, I took my white paper, I took my color pad, took my stencil, put my stencil on an angle, came in with my black, held my stencil in place. Can you do this with another black ink? Not if you're going to be adding any kind of marker or ink over the top of it that might make it move. Oh, I bet I just did that. I did. All right, well, that one's not going to be great. I moved it. Yep, see? Okay, well, c'est la vie. We continue on. Gosh, I could do this with, well, you have to have a waterproof ink though. I was gonna say I could do this with a pretty blue, but not if it's not waterproof. Pigment-based ink, you're going to need to heat set with some embossing powder over the top of it if you want to do this. So I could do a blue pigment-based ink and then throw clear embossing powder, and that would seal it so that the water doesn't cause it any grief. That one is bothering me, but there's nothing I can do about it. All right, pull it up. Come back in and just color, even though I'm going on top of that black ink. I'm going to darken the color up just a little bit by just going over it in some places instead of adding a second color. So this isn't like a Copic marker where you keep going over it and the color never changes. This will darken if you add a second coat. It won't darken so much that it's going to be dramatic, but it will darken if you add a second coat. And then let's do black almost acts like a little bit of a shadow. want to pick that up. Well, that one was purple. Oh well, it's kind of a yellowy now. Oh well. All right. Oh, wrong lid on wrong one. Give it a second to, oh, Stacey, same thing. Give it a second to dry. And pull it up. It's all about what you think about, what you do. What do you want to do? What do you want it to look like? What look are you going for? It doesn't have to just be a one color stencil. You literally can make it anything you want it to be. Just give yourself the permission to play. Give yourself the liberty to play. And you will be astounded at what you can accomplish when you just go, I wonder if I used white paper. I wonder if I just grabbed some white paper and we started to play. Wondering is a good thing. Sometimes it doesn't always work. Sometimes it's better than you thought it would be. But if you don't try, you never know. So this was the last bundle. And it is 4 stencils and the stamp set. Oh, I did not cut this one well. My cuts have been off tonight. Of course, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. And the coffee is wearing thin. It's wearing off. So it is Saturday morning. Hello, everybody. Happy Saturday. Too much black. Happy Saturday. I love these stencils. And you'll see the stamp set, well, you've seen it on some of the samples already. And it just fits right in. I could use some embossing powder so it pops. And it just fits right in. So the bundle that we were playing with is this one right here, regularly $41.10. It's down to $32.99. It has the 4 stencils. It has the stamp set. And we did this one. We did that one. We did here. Here. I can't remember what else we did, but I'll show you samples now. So these were the 4 that we made together. And then I have some beautiful samples that were made earlier. So here, this one and this one are the same, just done in different colors. They look great. And here's a tulipy one, all trimmed out on, done with the very light. And look at the blending on that one. So soft and so sweet. Done with Ecoline markers. And here you've got the stamp going right across the top, just soft and elegant. And all pink. So pink paper with a darker pink ink. A light pink paper, darker pink ink to do the stenciling. How pretty. That's upside down. How pretty. And your stamp set. Good luck with everything. I'm gonna go this way. Good luck with everything. And a sketchy one. Done with the fine liner. And on your big day. Just done in black on a pretty blue, it's kind of like an ombre piece of paper. Forever Grateful. This one's kind of a distressy look, so happy for you. But I think what we did today was super fun, really effective. This was the 3rd thing we did today. We started way back here when I know I did this one, and I did this one. So we started way back here when we did In Full Bloom. And this was just the paper pad, 120 sheets of beautiful florals. And then we moved to the first bundle that has the inserts and that mega pack from Hunkydory. Holy smokes, artichokes. And, well, I didn't do this one, but I did one similar to that. I don't know where the ones I did are, but that's okay. They're beautiful. All hunky-dory, and then we ended with the For the Love of Stamps, For the Love of Stencils, and we just played and made pretty things. So, I told you it was a lot today. I told you. I don't know what I was thinking trying to do 3 things all in one class, but hey, we're here. I'm still here. Maybe you're still here. And hopefully some of this sparked your creativity. Some of it made you go, oh, or oh, or oh. It's funny how huh can be said so many different ways. Huh? So where are you going to find all of this great product? Well, Hunkydory you can find in several different places, yes, but you also can find it here at Scrapbooking Made Simple. My inks you can find at several different places, but you can also find it here. Ecoline markers you're going to find more in your fine art stores, but by all means, if you have an independent store, whether it be fine art or paper crafting, go see if they have any of this product and purchase it from them. Support your independent stores. If you are fortunate enough to still have one where you can walk in and they know your name, go tell them hello. Do you have any hunky-dory? Who knows? They very well might. But if not, then shop online. And of course, shop where you're most comfortable. Scrapbooking Made Simple, we are here. We value all of your business. We appreciate your understanding that being closed for over 2 weeks has cost us a bit to be behind, but we are working on catching up. And gosh, the next time I see you on a Saturday, I will be in Germany, live chatting with you from Germany, from Creative World. So it is me, Stacey, Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com, saying it was fun. Thank you for my 3 hours of creative time. This is my crafty time for the week, so I had a great time. I hope you were part of the live chat, and it was a wahoo kachoo class for you too. All right, you guys, I will see you Monday for our next Make It Monday event, and that will be at 6 p.m. sunny California time, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. All right, bye everybody. Have a great weekend. Toodles.